Hello friends, today is Tuesday, the 4th December 2018. Let's begin. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Today we will see the supramundane consciousnesses. So today we will see the supramundane consciousnesses, which is called as the Lokuttara Chittani. We are still in the first chapter, chapter 1, the analysis of consciousness, or the Chitta Sangaha Vibhaga. And these supramundane consciousnesses, Lokuttara, Loka means the worlds, the 31 planes of existences means the lokas, and Uttara means above, beyond, or above or beyond. So beyond the 31 planes of existences, and these which are in English we call it as the supramundane. Mundane means those chittas or consciousnesses which belong to the 31 planes of existences, which we saw in up to the last lecture. Now these chittas or consciousnesses which do not belong to any of the 31 worlds, hence it's called as the Lokuttara, and which is called as beyond or the supramundane consciousnesses. And these are the consciousnesses which or the way which leads to the Nibbana. Those consciousnesses which we saw till the Arupa Jhanas, the fourth Arupa Jhanas, or the till the fourth immaterial sphere Jhanas, belong to the world, and hence leads to the worldly births, and goes and is the reason for just revolving around in the samsara or sansara or the system of worlds. But these consciousnesses which we are going to see will take you beyond and will help you in putting an end to the multitude of births, and thereby helping you to enter into Nibbana. So let us see the stanza 26, which is the supramundane wholesome consciousness. And these consciousnesses have the there is the green dot with root, which is the good rooted ones, and also the which belongs to the jubilant chittas or the jubilant consciousnesses. So Lokuttara Kusala Chittani. Kusala means wholesome. Lokuttara is the supramundane consciousness. Consciousness is Chittani. Chitta means consciousness. Stanza number 26. We will read it now. So it is number 1. Sotapatti Magga Chittam. Number 2. Sakadagami Magga Chittam. Number 3. Anagami Magga Chittam. Arahata Magga Chittanchati. So here it is the, sorry, I it is number 4 here. So, which is the number 4 is the Arahata Magga Chittanchati Imani Chattari Pi Lokuttara Kusala Chittani Nama. Let's go into the subject here. So when we see the chittas, all the chittas in this, we started from the down one, from the sensual sphere rooted unwholesome chittas, the greed rooted, hatred rooted, delusion rooted, and then moved to the rootless chittas, and then to the sense sphere jubilant chittas, and then moved up to the fine material sphere chittas, or the rupavachara chittani. And in this we saw the 5 jhanas, 5 fine material sphere jhanas, rupa jhanas, 5 rupa jhanas we saw here, and then moved up to the arupavachara chittani, or the immaterial sphere chittas. Here we saw about the 4 arupavachara jhanas, or the arupa jhanas, or the immaterial sphere jhanas, the 4 which were 4 in number, and thereby we finished the mundane chittas, or the lokiya chittani, or the chittas, the 81 chittas that belongs to the 31 planes of existences. And then now we move on to the supra-mundane chittas, or the lokuttara chittani, which are 8 in number. But when we look further and differentiate it according to the jhanas, it will be 40 chittas. 8 becomes 40. We will see that also. And yeah. So let us let us see here. These are, just give me a minute, sorry. So here, as we can see here, the stream entry. The stream is actually what is the stream? We will see now. So there are 2 types of consciousnesses here. The one type of consciousness is called as the wholesome chittas, or the kusala chittani, which are 4 in number, the wholesome chittas, supramundane wholesome chittas, which is what we are going to see, which are 4 in number, the path of stream entry, and then the path of once returning, the path of non-returning, and the path of arahantship. Okay, so the arahantship indicates that the meditator, or that person has become an arahant, or has come to the stage of releasing from further births. So these 2 chittas, and then this wholesome chittas is followed by the resultant, or which we will see, which is also called as the vibhaga chitta, or the fruit of the. This is called as the magga chitta. Magga is the way, is the path consciousnesses, or called as the wholesome supramundane wholesome chittas, is called as the path consciousnesses. As you can see here, I have drawn the path here, and then the path here, and when it is resultant, it will be the fruit of the path, of the sotapanna path. Fruit will be experienced here, and then the once returning. We will see about it soon. So there are 4 classes of beings. 4 classes of beings here. So the first class is the stream enterer, or the sotapanna. So I have denoted with the such swimming type of person here, and this person has already entered into the stream. The stream will end in Nibbana. So the stream will eventually end in Nibbana in 7 existences. Okay, and then the second class of being is called as the once returner or the Sakadagami. Here I have denoted with the golden person with our world here. The symbol is our world. So this type of person returns to our world again once more. One takes birth in our world once more. And the third class of being is called as the Anagami. Anagami means non-returner, who doesn't take birth here. He or she doesn't come to our world and takes birth in elsewhere, which is called as the fine material sphere worlds. Fine material sphere worlds. This is the symbol which we use for the fine material sphere worlds. If you want to know more about the fine material sphere worlds, please look into the lectures related to the fine material sphere chittas. And then the fourth class of being is called the arahantship or arahant or arahat. This being is the being who is entitled or who has already gone beyond have reached the Nibbana. Hence I denote this class of beings with the symbol like Buddha sitting in meditation. So the path consciousness or the wholesome chittas or the chitta number 82, chitta number 83, chitta number 84. Chitta number 82 pertains to the Sota stream entry. The wholesome stream entry chitta is the chitta number 82. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. And then the wholesome chitta number 83 is the stream. Is the path consciousness of the Sakadagami, which is this one, and then the path consciousness, wholesome consciousness of the Anagami is the Chitta number 84, which is here, Chitta number 84 here, and then the Arahantship is the Chitta number 85. So here these all chittas, the 8 in number, where we can cultivate it here. There is no need to, even though the vipaka is experienced then and there. I will talk about this just now. So okay, so let us now see the first let us see the path consciousness and the fruition consciousness, the time it takes when you cultivate it. For example, these are all the path consciousnesses which are down here, and then the fruit consciousnesses, as I put here, fruit of stream entry, fruit of returning, fruit of non-returning, and the fruit of arahantship. And this is the last one. The person who has reached this one is an arahant here, and this person is also an arahant. Just a few seconds, a few mind moments back will be like this, and let us see about it. So the path here, we have the path of stream entry, path of once returning, path of non-returning, path of arahantship. So what happens here is, if a person after meditation comes to this, cultivates this path of stream entry, the chitta related to the path of stream entry or the Sotapatti Magga chitta, this path of stream entry, then the next chitta that follows will be up above, will be the fruit of the stream entry, the fruit of the stream, the chitta which belongs to the fruit of stream entry will follow the fruit of stream entry, and again the chittas that follow the path of one's returning will be the fruit of fruit of returning or fruit of one's returning. So, and then the path of non-returning chitta will be followed by the fruit of non-returning chittas, and then the path of arahantship chitta will be followed by the fruit of arahantship chitta. So the path and the fruit, it will be like this. Once you get the path chitta, then next will be the fruit chitta, and then move on, and we will move on to, it will be like this, and then we will after certain meditation, we will then get the path chitta of the one's returning, and then it will be followed by fruit chitta of one's returning or fruit chitta of returning, and then after some meditation we will get the path chitta of non-returning, and then it will be followed by the fruit chitta of non-returning. After this, after some meditation, we will develop the path of arahantship chitta, path chitta of the arahantship, and then immediately it will be followed by the fruit chitta of the arahantship, and then there is release here. So it will be like this. So once you get the chitta number 82, next will be the chitta number 86. So I'm also shocked with the way that the numbering has been done in certain books. If I have to myself do the numbering, I will name the chitta, this chitta as 82 and so on. But let's follow some books which adopts such numbering, but still it is not wrong. It's only the numbering, but the chittas or chittas, and so the numbering. I don't think the numbering need to be very meticulously followed, but understanding the chittas is more important than the numbering. But I still I of course understand that if the numbering is much better, if the numbering is continuous or continuous, then it will be much easier to understand. But still, I would explain it this way. The person who has got the chitta number 82, which is the path chitta of the Sotapanna stream enterer, will in the next instant will get the chitta number 86, which is the fruit chitta. Let us see this eventually in the same manner, the next one, and so on. Let's see it here. So what we do here is we follow the method of meditation that's followed is the vipassana bhavana or the anapanasati bhavana to strengthen. Here there is the to strengthen the faculty of wisdom. For strengthening the faculty of wisdom is called panya. So so as when you get the path consciousness or the fruition consciousness, what happens is our wisdom, our panya will become more and more, will increase, and hence will be useful to release ourselves to nibbana, to release ourselves from the cycle of endless cycle of birth and death. So the path consciousness arises only once and induces only one mind moment. I have used this block here as one mind moment, which is the path consciousness. sorry, I think better I use the I use a different different color. That's what is better here. Okay, there is no need to worry about it. So these are just give me a minute here. So I think now it might be very clear now. Now the path chitta takes one mind moment, and then the next one will be what is following this is 2 or 3 mind moments, which are the fruition consciousnesses, which are the fruits of the path consciousness. If this is sotapanna path consciousness, then the fruits will be belonging to the sotapanna level of fruition consciousness. So which will be one mind moment here, and then followed by one more mind moment of the fruition consciousness, and then one more mind moment of the fruition consciousness. It can be sometimes there is only 2 mind moments, which is here, or 3, which 3 I have represented here, 3 mind moments, which follows the fruition consciousness, which are of 3 mind moments, which follows 1 mind moment here. So this is the separation of the chitta for the path and the fruition consciousnesses, and this is called as the chitta vidi. Chitta vidi means chitta vidi means the road, the way the chitta or our mind moves. So it is actually the time it takes for every event is called as the one mind moment. So which we will see later. So let's move on. So I hope now it's clear about the chittas here. So now let's see about the stream actually, which leads to the nibbana. Nibbana is here, and hence the arahant is born here. So arahant is born, or is the being is released from the endless cycle of birth and death here. So so the Noble Eightfold Path starts with the right view, which is the Samma Ditti. The right view comes by understanding, coming into contact with the 3 characteristics of life: the anicca, anatta, dukkha, the impermanence of life, the insatiability of life, and then the dukkha, or the unsatisfaction that's derived from the life itself. So once you come into contact with this, and your brain, you try to you understand it even 0.1% or something, which is below it, which is actually below it, and then And then to some extent, when you understand it, you will enter the Sotapanna stage, and then move on to the once returner, the Sakadagami stage, who will return to our world once more, who will take birth in our world once more. And then we move, and then the next level is the Anagami, non-returner stage, and this being will be born in the fine material sphere world and will not return to our world. And for example, those people who are Anagami, who are non-returners, will not come back, will be born next, will be released to Nibbana there in the after they are born in these worlds. And then the Arahantship, or the Arahantship is the release from the endless cycle of cycle of birth and death. So let's move on. Let's again see the Noble Eightfold Path. So the Noble Eightfold Path is made up of three main things. One is the we can say first one is the morality, or the wisdom part. First is the wisdom part, and then the morality comes. The second part is morality, and then the third part is called as the meditation, samadhi, or mindfulness. First part is the wisdom, panya. Panya means wisdom. Here I have denoted by the yellow circle here, which has two parts. Actually, we start here with the right view, which is the samadhi, or the right view, which belongs to the wisdom part. So where comes the samadhi? The samadhi actually comes from the Noble Eightfold Path. Actually starts with the samadhi. The samadhi comes by understanding the three characteristics of life, which the Buddha has explained, which is the anicca, anatta, and dukkha. Anicca is the unsureness of everything. Anatta is the inability for the being to hold on to happiness as long as it wants. And then the dukkha is the mental fabrication that is fabricated in the mind when the happiness is not continuously generated by the mind by doing various activities in our life. So this is the right view. This right view has three things, which I told you now. And then we move on to the second one, the right intention, which also belongs to the wisdom part. Right intention is the samma sankappa. Samma sankappa means the right intention. Which is the right intention. So Sankappa is called as intention in Pāli. Right, with the right view comes the right intention, and then this is also called as the Atta Magga Angani. Atta Maggangani is the 8 paths of the Buddha's way, or the Arya Attangika Magga. Attangika means has the 8 parts of the Magga. The Magga is the way which has 8 parts, which are the 8 parts which we are seeing here. The first 2 parts belong to the wisdom, Panya part, which are the right view, Samma Ditti, and the right intention, Samma Sankappa. And then the next next 3 parts belong to morality, or the Sila. So the Sila, morality, is by the right speech, which is called as the Samma Vacha. Samma Vacha. Vacha means speech. Right speech comes by right intention, and right intention comes by right view. So so the right view is the beginning point and not the right intention. Though the intention can be easily seen, the view, Samma Ditti, which is something very subtle in nature, which has to be remembered. So the Eightfold Path starts here, not from the right intention. So, and then we go on to the right action, which is the Samma Kammanta. Samma Kammanta. Okay. So Samma Kammanta means, which is the right action, right activity, or the right action. Kammanta means activity or action. And then the next one is the right livelihood, which is the Samma Ajiva. Ajiva means livelihood, what we do for living comes, which is the Samma Ajiva. So these 3, Samma Vacha, right speech, Samma Kammanta, right action, Samma Ajiva, right livelihood, springs from right intention, and right intention, of course, springs from right view. In some cases the intention may be right, but the right view is not there, and hence there is much possibility for these 3 things to not come by. And then we move to the third one, the third set, which comes under the meditation or the samadhi, which comes as the right effort, which is the Samma Vayama. Vayama is the effort, and this one is the one that's needed when we sit in meditation or mindfulness. For mindfulness, we need to do some kind of effort, and right effort. So the right effort is the Vipassana Bhavana and the Anapanasati Bhavana generally. So, and then we move to the right mindfulness, which is the Samma Sati, or the right mindfulness. Once we do the right effort, we get the Samma Sati, right mindfulness. When we sit in the correct technique of meditation, we get the right mindfulness. And then later, as we keep on developing the Sati, the mindfulness, the right meditation or the right one-pointedness, Samma Samadhi. Samadhi is the one-pointedness develops, which is the key to release from the endless cycles of births. So this ends here. So this is called as the setting the Eightfold Path in motion, or the setting the Buddha Dhamma in motion. When you are able to have the right view, the right intention, the right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and the right meditation or the right one-pointedness, then we can say that the Noble Eightfold Path is set in motion. The path is being trod or is being used by you. Hence, it is important to finish this cycle. And when you start here, you start with the right view. When you have the right view, you have already begun to step into the Eightfold Path. So let's move further. So let's see the difference between the worldling, the Puttujana. Puttujana is called as the worldling, and the noble disciple, Arya Puggala. Arya Puggala means the noble disciple of the Buddha. Arya means, we will see the meaning of what is Arya. Arya means the burning up or the cutting away of the defilements or the bad things of the mind, like anger, hatred, etc. So this noble disciple is able to cut away the defilements. Arya means the cut away or the burning up of defilements. So the worldling doesn't see the direct path to Nibbana, is not able to move along to Nibbana in a direct way, but the noble disciple is fixed on Nibbana, fixed on the release from the cycle of birth and death, is fixed in the destiny of Nibbana, which flows like a stream. So he goes into the stream and enters Nibbana eventually in 7 existences. And each existence may have as many births as can be. So in some books it's called as the 7 births, but I do believe, and as my reference goes, it is the 7 existences. The Sotapanna, the Arya Puggala, these 4 are the Arya Puggala, the stream enterer Sotapanna, the once returner Sakadagami, the non-returner Anagami, and then the Arahant. All 4 are called as the noble disciple, Arya Puggala. And these can be monks or ordinary people who have cultivated such levels of consciousnesses which pertains to the stream enterer, to any of these consciousnesses, the supramundane consciousnesses. So they are fixed in the destiny of Nibbana and flow like a stream. There is nothing to stop them. But here many things stop them, because they are not fixed in the destiny. They cannot see the destiny, but these people can see the destiny. So okay. So let's finish this lecture by finding the meaning of this. So Sotapatti Magga Chittam. Just give me a minute. Let us Okay, let's also find out something more about the four beings. Four beings here. The four beings which we saw here: the stream enterer, the once returner, non-returner, and then the arahant. Let's find out the characteristics of these beings. So the stream enterer. The stream enterer cuts the first three fetters. The first three fetters or the some kind of bad things in the mind. The first thing is the personality view, and then the second fetter is the doubts about the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. The stream enterer has the full confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, and the personality view is the view something like we will deal about it later. And then the third one is the clinging to rites and rituals. These beings don't go on to praying, sitting and chanting and praying the Buddha or something like that. They of course meditate, but not do all kinds of rituals, and they have the full confidence on the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, which are the triple gem, and they don't have any doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. They have abolished the personality view, and they have abolished the clinging to rites and rituals. I'm not telling the Pāli words for this. There is no need at this moment. And then also the stream enterer, the consciousness of the stream entry cuts off the chitta strong enough to cause subhuman births. Subhuman births are generally four in number, which we have seen before. Below us are the animals, births of animals, and the births in the ghost realm, births in the Titans realm, and then the last one, the ghost realm, and then the fourth one is the birth in the hell realm. These are reduced. These are in the subhuman births are not taking place once you become the Sotapanna. Once you cultivate the path consciousness of the stream entry. So that's what the four chittas rooted in greed, associated with wrong view. Wrong view is abandoned. Is abandoned. The four these are the greed. Greed is reduced to a greater extent, and then the hatred is reduced to some extent. To some extent, of course, here some extent or more greater extent or some extent, and then the delusion is also reduced to a greater extent. So here the one chitta rooted in delusion associated with doubt, which is chitta number 11, is reduced, is removed actually. So let us see what it is. So first we will see the four chittas that are eliminated, which are related to greed, which are associated with wrong view. Chittas rooted in greed, chitta number 1, 2, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 5 and 6. So it's chitta number 1, chitta number 2, and then the chitta number 5 and chitta number 6. So let us see. These chittas are rooted in greed and associated with wrong view. So here also associated with wrong view. The feeling here is joy, and the feeling here is equanimity. and these are the same, the chittas rooted in greed and having the wrong view as association, but the feeling is different, joy and equanimity. Chitta number 1 and 2 has the wrong, associated with wrong view and has the feeling of joy, and then the chitta number 5 and 6 is associated with wrong view, and the feeling associated with equanimity. So these 4 are abandoned, and when you are a sotapanna, the greed that arises with the wrong view is eliminated, whether irrespective of whatever the feeling it be. The feeling may be joy or the feeling may be equanimity, but dissociated from wrong view, the chittas are still there. And another one is one chitta rooted in delusion associated with doubt, which is chitta number 11. Chitta number 11, which is chitta number 11 is abandoned, which is associated with doubt, which is actually delusion. Delusion is the doubt on the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And this is associated with doubt about the Buddha. I have used this kind of emoji symbol, and the feeling associated with, of course, with this is, of course, equanimity. Chitta number 11 is abandoned. So, and then next we go to the next being. So the next. Now we saw this stream enterer, the characteristics of stream enterer, or we saw the characteristics of the sotapanna, stream enterer, who has cultivated these chittas, chitta number 82 or chitta number 86, or we saw this stream enterer, the person who has cultivated these chittas. We saw about the character of this person. Next we will see the character of the sakadagami, or once returner, who returns to our world just once. Let us see the characteristics. For the once returner, what happens is the sensual desire and ill will is attenuated. Attenuated is reduced to some level. So the path consciousness of once returning or once returner attenuates 2 grosser forms of fetters. The 2 grosser forms of fetters or the sensual desire, desire to see, desire to hear, desire to smell, desire to taste, desire to touch, or the sexual touch sensation is attenuated to some level. And ill will, vyapada, ill will is the feeling of is the thing which says which is the property of the mind of saying that only I have to be happy, others shouldn't be happy, or others shouldn't get something, or that's called as ill will. These two are attenuated to a greater extent. And then next we will move to the next characteristics of next being. We saw the characteristics of the once returner and then the non-returner. Now the characteristics of non-returner we will see now. of the non-returner, what we see is the path consciousness of non-returning cuts off three grosser forms of fetters. Three grosser forms of fetters, or gross fetter of sensual desire, is totally abandoned, and then the gross fetter of ill will is abandoned, and then all the fetters of hate, that is the chitta number 9 and chitta number 10, is abandoned. Let us see now what is the chitta number 9 and 10. Yeah, so the chitta number 9 and 10 is here, which is the hatred rooted chitta, which are the hatred rooted chittas, and it is associated with aversion, and the feeling is displeasure. We get the feeling of displeasure. The one is chitta number 9 is there is no prompting, and then chitta number 10, in chitta number 10 there is prompting. So these two are abandoned, so there is no hatred. There is no hatred when you become the anagami. Let's see now. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So the non-returner who will take birth in the who can take birth in this world, the fine material sphere world, and this non-returner person will not have any type of hate left in the mind. There will be no ill will that's left in the mind. So this way, once the ill will and hate is removed, it is a lot easier for such a person to stay in jhana and come out of jhana very easily. So once there is ill will, it's very difficult to stay in jhana. And through my own experience, I can tell you that ill will is a very dangerous thing. And of course, hate is also a very dangerous thing, which will bring you down from jhana in no time. And the gross fetters of the sensual desire for the seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and smelling, hearing, etc. These things. So, and then the next one will be the, let's see, the characteristics of let us see the characteristics. Now we saw the characteristics of the non-returner. Next we will see the characteristics of arahant, the arahantship. So let's see the characteristics of arahant. So when we see the characteristics of arahant, so what we can see is the meaning of arahata. Ara is the meaning is enemy. Hatha is destroy. So destroying the enemy of the mind, whatever the enemies or the bad things that is there in the mind, the defilements of the mind is called as the enemy. So arahantship, the path consciousness of arahantship, or the arahata magga chitta. The arahata magga chitta is the path consciousness of the arahantship, destroys the five subtle fetters, or the desire for fine material sphere existence. Two types of existences. Subtle fetter, one is the desire for fine material sphere births and the immaterial sphere births. So in the jhanas, what we do is we like to take birth, we like to cultivate the fine material sphere jhanas or the rupa jhanas, and then the immaterial sphere jhanas, the 4 immaterial sphere jhanas, and the 5 fine material sphere jhanas, and hence we like to take birth in such worlds. Such desire is abandoned, and then the subtle fetter 2, that's called as conceit is destroyed, and the subtle fetter 3, restlessness, is destroyed, and the mind, because restlessness is not there, you will be the Arahat will be really very calm, very calm. Nothing will disturb them and move them into restlessness. And subtle fetter 4 is ignorance. Ignorance is abolished or abandoned because there is wisdom that's born. The direct wisdom is born. So let's see. Arahant also destroys subtle fetters 5. Subtle fetter 5. What is this? We will see. 1 and 2. 4 chittas rooted in greed, dissociated from views, and then 1 chitta rooted in delusion, chitta number 12. Let us see this. So, and 1 chitta rooted in delusion, which is chitta number 12, which is associated with restlessness, is abandoned. So, and delusion thereby is totally abandoned. So, and then rooted with greed is the dissociated from wrong view, is the chitta number 3 and 4 is abandoned, and then the chitta number 7 and 8, which is dissociated from wrong view, is abandoned, irrespective of whether the feeling is joy or equanimity. It is abandoned. Chitta number 3 and 4, chitta number 7 and 8 is abandoned. These 4 are related to the root of or belonging to the greed rooted ones. And then the chitta number 12, which is rooted in delusion, is abandoned. So, chitta number 12. So we have come to the end of this this lecture, and let's finish by seeing the meaning of this one. So, Sotapatti Magga Chittam is the Sotapatti stream enterer. Magga is the path chitta, path consciousness. Sakadagami is the once returner. Magga Chittam is the path consciousness. And Anagami is the non-returner. Magga is the path chitta, path consciousness. Arahata is the Arahant. Magga Chittanchati. Magga is the path chitta of the Arahant, is all. Imani Chattari is the 4. These are all. Pi Lokuttara. Lokuttara is the supramundane consciousness. Kusala supramundane is Lokuttara. Kusala is.
Here's what I found on the web for us, the Sopranos. Have a look.
So Kusala is the wholesome consciousness. Chittani is the consciousness. Nama is all. So these are all 4. Lokuttara is the supramundane. Wholesome Kusala. Chittas, Chittani. Nama is all. So we have come to the end. Let's finish. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Let all beings without any distinction equally get the share of all the good karmas that I have committed from the very beginning of my existence to the end of my existence. I beg all the beings to please forgive me and relieve me from all the karmic debts that I have with them, and I too willingly relieve all the beings from all the karmic debts that they have with me, and I beg all the Buddhas, Pachika Buddhas and Arahants to please forgive me. I beg all the Buddhas, Pachika Buddhas and Arahants to please bless me to attain Nibbana as soon as possible. Thank you.